Hey, what is going on YouTube? Jay here from MJ Tech. Today coming with another cool smartphone that I got from this company called Oukitel. They were nice enough to reach out to me and say, hey Jay, you want to try this new Oukitel WP17 that we just released to the market? And of course, me being a tech guy, I didn't hesitate to say yes. And I've been testing this device now for the past 2 weeks approximately. They had an embargo on it, so I couldn't complete the review until they announced the device, which they have already, and all the links will be provided down below. Now, what makes this device, I would say, quite appealing at first glance is the price and the specs. So it comes with the Helio G95 processor, it has the Mali G72, and it comes with 8 GB of RAM, 128 GB of internal storage, Android 11, a rugged body, and check this out, it has a 1080p 90 Hz display. Yes, not the 60 Hz that we have seen on other rugged devices. This one does have a 90 Hz display, and again, the Helio G95 processor. At $199, I would say this is quite of a steal, considering that it has a big battery and that it has one of the latest Androids out there available, which is Android 11. So here we have the device. Of course, I already took it out of the box. I've been testing it with my Verizon SIM card for the past 2 weeks, and it's been handling quite well. So this is the device. That's the sticker that it came with. Right underneath that sticker, we have the SIM ejector tool, in which, by the way, this is a dual SIM, a true dual SIM device, and it has the ability to take a TF card. And I'm about to show you that here in just a second. If I can remove this wrapper real quick. There we go. And here we have the SIM opening tool. There we go. It just went straight to me. Okay, so if we look here on the side of the device, we have a little flap. And I just want to show you here that unlike other devices that I've seen in the past, where they only have, they are dual SIM cards, capable, but they will disable the SD card slot. So in this particular case, you guys can observe right there that we do have the dual SIM capabilities with the micro SD card slot expansion right there, and we have my Verizon SIM card right there, guys. So I just want to clarify everything just in case a lot of people have doubts sometimes, and they just like to see to believe. A lot of people are commenting that they're not getting service with Verizon, and well, I always tell them that it all depends in the area that they're in. So in this particular case, I'm in the West Palm Beach area in Florida. So I am getting service with Verizon. All I have to do is pop in my SIM card and it starts working right off the bat. So here we have the manuals, and they come pretty detailed. Okay, they're just manuals. A lot of us don't read them. We get the warranty cards with some quick start guide and information about the battery and so on. Then we get the USB-C cable, and finally the 18-watt fast charger, but this is not the US plug, so I have to get the adapter. It makes it too big, so I just toss this to the side and use my own charger. It takes roughly, with that big battery, about 2 hours and 20 minutes to charge from 0 to 100%. And now with the box set aside, here we have the device. So let's go through the physical aspects of this device. On the front here, we have a 6.67 inch display. It is 1080p, as I explained before. This is an LCD panel and it has 90 Hertz, which is really cool. On the front here, we have the camera, which is a punch hole, and this is a 16 megapixel selfie camera. We have the ear speaker with some sensors on the top, and it does have thick bezels. If you look at it here from the glare, you can see the bezels are quite thick, but it is so far quite durable. I dropped this device once already and it didn't suffer any cracks. Keep in mind that this is a rugged device, so it is intended for people who enjoy outdoors a lot and you need something that has a long-lasting battery, but this is most likely a device for you. So towards the bottom side here, we have a little flap where inside we're going to find the USB-C port. We have the main microphone right there and the 3.5mm headphone jack. Yes, in 2021, we still have devices out there that support the headphone jack. As I showed you guys before, this is the SIM tray. Then we get here a dedicated SOS button. So yes, you can set up a number for emergency, and if you tap this button 3 times, it'll actually call that number as an emergency. I wish it was remappable. I could use this for different purposes, but unfortunately, as of right now, it is not remappable. So we do have here a partially metallic frame with some rubberized material here on the corners. I guess that's for impact resistance. By the way, this is IP68 certified and IP69K certified, which makes it dust proof, shock proof, and obviously waterproof for 1.5 meters up to 30 minutes. On the right side here, we get the volume rockers up and down with a power key. This is also a fingerprint scanner. On the top side of the phone, we get here the secondary microphone. And on the back side here is what we have, two main camera setups. I am not sure about the bottom one. They are not really telling us what this is. I'm assuming maybe this is a dummy camera for decoration, but it has a 64 megapixel main camera and a 20 megapixel night camera. That's what they call it, infrared night camera or night vision. But we do have here the LED flash. One is for the flashlight, regular flashlight from the application, and the other one is for the actual picture flash. So it gets very, very bright. Towards the bottom here, we have the loudspeaker. It is not towards the bottom side of the frame like we see on most devices out there. Rugged phones, for some reason, have it here on the back side, and this is where it is on the Oukitel WP17. The back is made out of plastic, and it can get a lot of fingerprints and scratches very easily. I've seen some people getting some clear covers for it. I wish I had one on mine because I did scratch it already just from carrying it around. So there we have it, guys, for the physical aspects here of the WP17. Now let's go ahead and talk here about the software really quick. And like I said before, it comes with an 8,300 pound milliamp battery. It does support NFC as well, but it doesn't have wireless charging. Now at this price point, $199, I'm okay with just having NFC. Either or, it could have had maybe wireless charging and not NFC. That would have been fine as well. But in this particular case, we do get NFC, so we can use it for Google Pay. So here we have the screen at first glance. Like I said before, it does have thick bezels all around the device. There we can see that it does support Verizon. Yes, a lot of people are impressed by this, but I'm getting Verizon and supports voice over LTE with 4G, as we can tell right there. And it does support double tap to wake up the screen. You also have the flip upside down to silence a phone call, so on and so forth. I call them little gimmicks, but they actually work. So anyways, here we have the passcode prompt, just because we just started it. Let's go ahead and enter it. And like I said before, here we have the fingerprint scanner, and this is working actually quite well. So there we can see, I just locked it. Now you have to be a little bit firm on how you put in your fingerprint, because sometimes it might misread it. And I also did my middle finger here from my left hand side. It's kind of natural when I grab the device for that finger to be there. And as you guys can see, it is working. I just again didn't press it hard enough and it did a little misread. That's why I said that you have to press it a little bit firmly just so that it reads your fingerprint. But so far, again, I don't have any complaints. It is working well. So this is the operating system, Android 11, and it doesn't have any bloatware. That's the great news about this device, especially at this price point, is that it didn't come with any junk applications or anything like that, which is a plus. And as you guys can observe, I've been using it a little bit on and off. On those 2 weeks, I've been going back to my iPhone and going back to the Android device, just because I also got the brand new iPhone 13 Pro Max. And yes, I've been testing it as well. But here we can see that I have some of my personal applications, and so far I haven't had any issues with this particular device, which is great, honestly. So like I said before, guys, we have here the Helio G95 processor with the Mali G72, and for this we're going to confirm it right here with the Antutu benchmark, and it got a score of 355,000. Now this is a score of a solid budget device in 2021. We have the Helio G95, as I've been saying all along, Android 11, and actually I made a mistake. It's not the Mali G72, it's the Mali G76. So 2460 by 1080 pixel resolution right there. And here we have the internal storage, 128 gigs and 8 gigabytes of internal RAM as well. very cool. The display, there we can see it, the refresh rate 90 Hertz, and it's actually quite smooth with 396 ppi. Very cool. And again, you guys can't deny the fact that the scores are actually quite impressive for a phone of this price. Again, I'll repeat it, $199. So let's go here into history on the Geekbench number 5, and this is what I got for the single score. I'm sorry, for the single core score, and then this is what I got for the multi-core score. So again, that's quite average right there. Let's go here into the settings, and on here you guys can see that everything looks quite common except for Intelligent Assistant. This is the one I told you, if if you want to enable Smart Answer, you can flip the phone or just bring it to your ear and it'll answer the phone call for you. You have the 3-finger screenshot as well, you can enable that. So you have, like I said, a whole bunch of little gimmicks here that do actually work. I don't use all of them, to be honest with you, but of course, if you get this device, you can play around with it, and maybe there's something in there that might work for you quite well. So if you go here into About Phone, let me make sure it doesn't show my phone number. And luckily, I moved it off the screen because it does show my phone number. But there we can see that we have, in fact, Android 11 right here, guys. So this is not a fake device with fake stuff. Everything is 100% real. So we have system, door speed. There's something I saw here which actually caught my attention. It's really cool. It is called, let's see here, extreme mode. At first I thought it was something like a booster, something to make the device work a little bit faster, but no, that's not the case. Extreme mode is for when you are in extreme low battery condition. It'll turn off the Bluetooth, it'll turn off the Wi-Fi, basically leaves just for you to make phone calls, and the screen dims very, very much. So it gives you actually a couple of days, I would say like 5 days, only with 10%. With this battery, guys, I can almost guarantee that you can go throughout the whole day, no matter what you do on your device. There's no way that you can deplete this phone in one single day. In my case, I've been using it now for about 1.5 days approximately, and I still have that amount of battery right there. You can see it. If you want to see the percentage, I think we have to go here into settings. Let's go ahead and go into the battery settings. Let's see, there we go. And let's go ahead and enable the percentage. I still have about 57%. So you can easily go with this device between 3 and 4 days, depending on the usage. So to me, that's actually quite amazing. And in this particular case, I used it for gaming, in which, by the way, gaming works great on this device. I didn't have an issue. I played Ospo 9, Beach Buggy Racing 2, and it doesn't have any problems. It doesn't lag. And honestly, it doesn't even get warm. So that's definitely great. And I also did a lot of YouTube videos in which we're going to be testing it in just a second here for the loudspeaker. I did a lot of texting, a lot of everything that I do with my primary device, I did with this phone. And again, I wasn't able to deplete it in 1 day. So you guys should be okay with that. As I said before, everything here in the operating system comes ready to go. So you get the Play Store, all the Google applications, everything works right off the bat. I didn't have an issue with that. So the next thing that we're going to be testing here is the camera. This particular camera, I would say maybe not so much in the quality, but it has features that are actually useful and they work, especially on video. We do have now electronic image stabilization. So if you go here into video and then on setting, you can see it right there, have it enabled, electronic image stabilization. It is not optical, but in my personal preference, that's better than nothing. We can record up to 4K at 30 frames per second. In this particular video, since we are downscaling it, I went to 1080p at 60 frames per second. And of course, this is the footage that you are watching here for the backside camera. And also it does have this 20 megapixel night vision camera, in which it kind of like makes everything black and white basically. But this is for extreme times when you have very low light, basically pitch dark. And this will give you much better quality than higher end devices like even the iPhone, believe it or not. So I mean, this is something interesting. These phones, I mean, all they need is maybe a little bit more software tweaking, and before you know it, these cameras are going to get just as good as flagship devices at budget prices, of course. So again, that's very cool. We do have here AI technology as well. So on video, Again, here we have the quality. We can change that as well. We can change the ratio. So I had the front ratio and the back ratio at 4:3, but I like to change it sometimes since I like the full screen pictures. So the ones that you guys are seeing on screen are the ones that I took maybe today or a week ago when I was using the device. So we have here some selfies. I mean, you guys can't deny the fact that that camera looks pretty good. That's the 16 megapixel sensor. I just like to play when I'm at, breaks at work. And again, here are a couple of videos. So the camera, I would say it's not a flagship level yet. It does offer at this price point decent quality that you guys will just enjoy it. It's not a camera that looks like a potato, like a lot of people call it. It actually looks like a decent camera, and I do like that quite a bunch. Another test we're going to perform here with the Oukitel WP17 is the loudspeaker test. And on the back, we only have one loudspeaker. It doesn't have stereo speakers. That's very unfortunate because this device has the ability to support another speaker here on the top, but they decided not to do it. But anyways, I'm going to play this Venom trailer and you guys be the judge.
All I ever wanted in this world is carnage. Lady, whisper me out there, snacking on bad guys. I am a predator. I need to be free. You have got to get control of your aggression, or you will get hauled off into Area 51. You live in my body, you live by...
Well guys, there you heard it. This is at max volume. It sounds okay, but it's not stereo, so you're never gonna get that same experience as you do with phones that are stereo enabled. With this one, it's just gonna be a speaker. It does the job, but honestly, I prefer or would have preferred if it had a stereo speaker, but we don't get that here with the WP17. But this is just me picking on this device. Keep in mind guys that this is only $199. I think they are offering a lot for that price. And if you guys didn't notice here, we do have that NFC right here. Let me show you that right now. Let's go all the way to the end here. There we can see it. The NFC has been enabled. So of course we get other things like screen recording. We can do that directly from here. We also have the flashlight. Like I said before, for the flashlight, only the bottom two come on. But then when you use the actual flash for the camera, the upper three come on, which is going to give you a lot better brightness. Also, the phone calls on the WP17 are nice and clear thanks to that voice over LTE. I didn't get any complaints from the microphone with the top or the bottom microphone. Everything sounds great, so no complaints there. And overall, it's a pretty stable device, but of course I want you guys to let me know what you think down below. Would you pass on a device like this at this price point, or would you just buy it to try it out and see if you like it? Just let me know on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. This now completes the unboxing and the review here of the Oukitel WP17. If you guys want further testings on this particular device, just leave it in the comment section below and I will do my best to test it out for you guys. And yes, a very cool phone, $199. Thank you so much for watching guys. Subscribe for more, click on the bell icon, and I'll see you on my next one.